Disclaimer. This video is for educational purpose only. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for and quote, fair use and quote, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, edu.
What is going on, guys? I got an awesome video tutorial for you guys today. We're going to be setting up COD. First things first, you must have a jailbroken system, obviously. Okay, so let's jump into it. I'll show you what to do. In the meantime, before we jump into the guide, we have to make sure our system has certain settings enabled so we don't accidentally update the firmware. Before we connect to the internet, let's go into the system settings. So go ahead and open up settings, head down to system, open up automatic downloads, make sure all these boxes are unchecked, then go ahead and press X, very important. Then after that, when you connect to the internet, you want to make sure you have your DNS set to custom, and you need to put those two sets of numbers in. I'll see if I have the numbers. So what you want to do is, when we're connected to the internet, you want to go ahead and press set up internet connection. Then you want to choose either or. I'm doing Wi-Fi. Then you want to go to custom. After that pops up, press your network, press automatic, press don't specify. Then you want to go into manual, and if you don't have these DNS numbers set up, you can go ahead and copy and paste my numbers. This blocks Sony servers so you don't accidentally update a firmware. So after that's all done, we can go ahead and jailbreak the system. So just make sure you go through all that stuff. Then you can just test the connection. I'm not going to bother wasting time. So just make sure you have those numbers set. Or if your numbers say something else, you can just go ahead and just use your DNS numbers. It's all good as long as it's blocked. And also in the comment section, I will have the pack so you can go ahead and download everything. You have to get the game yourself. I just have all the files all set ready to go. If you're doing this via USB method, just go ahead and jailbreak the system, and I will be back when this is done because we have to go back into this utility and we have to run the bin loader. Okay, after we went ahead and jailbroke the system, open up GoldHEN, and you can go ahead and copy and paste my selections. I'll show you through the whole menu. It's not a lot of stuff. Just make sure everything looks the same. It's very important that these boxes are checked. I'm not going to go through the whole procedure of everything. Just make sure you check everything or uncheck everything. I mean, if you have certain stuff that's unchecked, don't bother. But just make sure that all boxes that I have in this video are checked. Some of the stuff I didn't bother checking, so okay, that's all good. After you checked all those boxes that were not checked on my end, so basically on my end I checked all the boxes, we're all set, ready to go now. So now we need to go back into the bin loader. But before we go back into the bin loader, you just need to make a note of your IP address. I'll show you where it's located. Usually when you fire up GoldHEN and you're connected to the internet, it will say your IP address and it will say what port number it's listening on. If you're not sure of your IP address, let's go ahead and find it. Okay, the reason why I'm bigger now, I have my information hidden. It's easier than using a watermark. Where it says IP address, that's the number you need to write down. You have to write down the number 100%, then you're all set, ready to go. Some of the video I can't show because it's a new game, that's why. So what you need to do is you need to jump into the game, then you need to click on local multiplayer. I'm going to go ahead and show it, but I'm not going to show any game footage. Some of it's going to be sped up and cut out so I don't get flagged or anything. So go ahead and launch the game. Go ahead and press go offline. Press local multiplayer. Let's go ahead and jump on the PC. I'll meet you on the computer. Okay, after you download my pack, if you don't have a file Zilla installed, go ahead and install that because we need to copy and paste files via FTP, or you can do it manually. It's really small, so I went ahead and just copied and pasted it, even though with my horrible internet connection. So after you go ahead and install that, we're all good. Now you have two choices of the application you can use. You can either use this one or you can use this one. They both work. Also, write down the number of your IP address and we'll be all set, ready to go. So go ahead and grab that information. Okay, after you have your IP address, you need to open up the Netcat GUI application. Go ahead and open up the application. Go ahead and put your IP address into this box. For me, 9021 works, so that's the number I will be using. So after you put your IP address in, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and drag and drop this, put your IP address in, then press inject payload, then you'll get a notification on the system. I'll try to do this so you can see the notification on the system, so I'll be back. Sorry about that, my bad. What we're going to do is, a lot of stuff to remember here. What we're going to do is we have to go back into the internet, and we're going to run the bin loader. You can run either the bin loader 9020 or bin loader 9021. I'm going to do 9021 because I've done this a couple days ago. I know it works. So go ahead and run that. So basically you have to jailbreak the system. After you jailbreak the system like we just did, then you have to run the bin loader, and that will allow the connectivity to work. And you can see the bin loader is working from up there. I think from us trying to send it, it like had it in like the background and it sent it over, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to run it, the bin loader, from the game itself. So let's jump back into the game. Okay, we're going to inject the payload and it should work this time. So we're going to go ahead and press inject payload and launching payload. So now that's going to let us go onto the network and do what we need to do. And as you can see, it's all set, it's working. Give it a second. After notification disappears, we can do what we want to do now. Okay, so now we're going to go back on the desktop. Now you can either run the editor or the release. I'm going to show you how to do this in a few minutes. They both work really well, so we can just go ahead and run the release. I mean the editor. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and run this, and I'll show you how to jump into a game with bots. Okay, then you want to open up the application. You also need your IP address again. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this up. Doesn't matter which one you use. Actually, you know what? We're going to use the other one instead. It might be a little easier for you guys to do it. So go ahead and open this up, then you're going to want to put your IP address in. Okay, so what you do is go ahead and put your IP address in. Then after you put your IP address in, you want to press connect, wait a couple of seconds, then you want to press attack game. So go ahead and do that. I'll meet you back in a second. So go ahead and press connect. And you can see it's connected. Then you can go ahead and press the next button here. I think it says attach. I can't see attach game or something. Then go ahead and press that. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to jump into the game with bots. So give me a second. I'm trying to multitask this. It's kind of complicated using the application and the game at the same time. Okay, so now that's loaded now with the application. I'm doing this from the application, by the way, in the Black Ops 6 lobby tool. You can't see it because I can't do on both of it. I don't know how you do that. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and press create lobby, and you can see it says the command's been sent. Okay, so after that, now mind you that all this is being done through the Black Ops 6 lobby tool or the other tool, so you need to make sure you use the tool when we do this. Go ahead and press square on the controller. There might be a little bit of a delay or it takes a second or two. As you can see, I'm the party leader, so that's me. Okay, now what you want to do is go back to your tool here, and what we're going to do is back on the game now. This is kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt on the game. Go ahead and press X on that. Now on that says joining game, go ahead and press join lobby immediately. As you can see, it's waiting for the client here. I'll be back when this is loaded. It's going to take about a minute or two. Okay, very important. You have to always make sure after you create the lobby, then you press X on the previous screen, you have to press join lobby. If you don't join the lobby, you cannot play the game. So I'm just going to show you some other stuff how to play with bots, but I'm not going to launch anything. Now Now what we can do is we can go over to here, we press the X button, and I always press the hardest setting, I believe is veteran. Then from here we can choose the amount of bots we want to do, we want to do 7, and press confirm. That's my team. Then on the next team you can do 4. You can pick whatever settings you want. And what I do is I usually, to even up, I'll press square to send somebody to another team. And that's pretty much it. Now, what you can do now is on where it says free trial up there, go ahead and press X and that will launch you right into the game. I'm not going to show any gameplay or anything. I think I'll be okay with the menu and everything. Who the hell knows? Okay, now I'm going to show you, I have a like an add-on pack. It gives you, I think, additional weapons and additional skins and like attachments and all that other kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to exit out of the game. So it doesn't matter, just exit out of the game. Make sure you close the application, very important. This application has to be closed. Now we're going to modify files inside of it. So I'll meet you back on the desktop. Okay, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and open up FileZilla or a different type of client application. So go ahead and put your IP address down. You can put whatever you want for the name. You don't have to put a password in. Make sure the port number is 2121. You want to press Quick Connect. Then just press OK. Then just go ahead and press OK, and that's going to load up the files. Really important. On the right hand side, right on the right hand side, right here, file name. This is the directory of your internal hard drive on the PS4. And right here where it says remote site, sometimes like if you open up something, it will show you the back folder. So just be really careful in what you're doing. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put this on pause. I'll show you what to click on to put the files in. Okay, so on this side, the right hand side, you want to look for a folder called user. If you're not sure where it is, click on something once, press the letter U until you get to user. This is the U section, so you want to click on user. Then you want to look for a folder called data. Okay, then you want to look for a folder called GoldHEN. Open up this folder, and I'm going to show you what to copy and paste in here. So I'll be back in 1 second. Actually, I'll meet you on the desktop. So let's go on the desktop inside my repack. Okay, this right here, you want to extract it, and you're going to get these 3 files: patches, plugins, plugins. Just a left click and just copy and paste it there, and you're all set, ready to go. I'm not going to do it because I've already done it already. I don't want to mess up anything because of my shortcut keys with my Elgato. So after that's all done, it will say, you know, the file's been copied over successfully. Okay, let's go back onto the PS4. Okay, now we're back onto the PS4. Now we're going to get a notification where it says, I think where it says 2 plugins have been enabled on the left hand side of the screen. So go ahead and open up Call of Duty, and you should get a notification left hand side that says the plugins are activated. As you can see, the patches have been activated. It's all set, ready to go. Also, something very important I forgot to show you. You want to permanently disable system updates. So I'll show you how to do that. What you want to do is you want to click on Disable Updates. You'll get a notification that says updates have been disabled. Then let's say later on you need to update the system firmware from whatever to a higher build firmware. All you would do is you would go ahead and you would press Enable Updates. Let that wait a couple seconds and you'll get a notification that says updates have been enabled. Anyway guys, that's it for this tutorial. Like and subscribe to the Fox, and I'll catch you later. I hope this helps you out. A lot of people asked me how to do this, so have a wonderful day and thank you.
Disclaimer. This video is for educational purpose only. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for, end quote, fair use, end quote, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, edu.